Welcome to another episode of the Mixtape Matinee Podcast. I'm your host, Cole, and unfortunately this week, Court was not able to be in town for the recording of this episode, but I have on my lovely wife, Tabitha, to co-host today.
Hello.
And we decided to have on our first recurring guest. We have back on the podcast our very own Maddie Knoblauch.
I am back and with blood, guts, and glory.
Thanks for being back on, Maddie, and for coming back on to talk about some other movies. I know last time you picked Creepshow 2.
Creepshow 2.
That was for our first Halloween episode. So
yeah,
but the movies that you picked today, they could have easily been on that episode too.
Yeah. We also watched Vi on that episode, and then we got a lot bloodier and gorier, sillier this time.
Yeah, this is definitely a lot bloodier and sillier than last time. Do you want to talk about... So this episode, I guess, for everyone, we just decided to let Maddie just take full control and pick both of the films, and we just watched both of them. We just had a double feature. Both movies... I had heard of one, and then the other one I'd never heard of before. So anyway, but I'd never seen any of them. So this was an experience. Do you want to tell the audience what films did we watch today?
We had a little Magnet Films double feature today with Hobo with a Shotgun and Murder Party, both released around the 2010 era. Very low budget films. Hobo with a Shotgun's very exploitation. Murder Party's more just kind of goofy, silly slasher fun.
Yeah. So how can you when was which film had you seen first? And tell us all kind of like the background. I guess also you said before we recorded that these are like two of your most favorite films. Also explain that too.
These are two of some of my favorite films. I have used so many samples from Hobo with a Shotgun in my own music production. There's just so many good one-liners, insane little clips of dialogue. I first watched Murder Party, though, when I was probably 13 or 14. Just found it online somewhere. I don't know how I exactly ran across it, but was immediately grabbed by just kind of how clunky it feels. Every character's making these goofy decisions that end up feeling a bit more realistic and down to earth than most horror films because they're just kind of idiots, all of them.
Yeah.
And then I didn't watch Hobo with a Shotgun until last year. I had not heard about it, but I had heard some clips of it used in some of Sordo's songs, specifically where he's at the NICU explaining to the babies how if they grow up in that city, they're more likely to shoot up dope and sell their bodies on the streets or be a hobo with a shotgun.
Yeah, where he actually says the name of the film. Yeah.
Hey, wait. That's what the movie's called.
He said the thing. He said the thing. And just when I watched Hobo with a Shotgun, I was looking through all the used DVDs at our local Entertain Mart here in the mall, and found it for probably $2. Was just immediately...
Oh, sweet. So that's how you were able to watch it?
Yeah. Immediately pulled in by the title and the cover. I knew it was going to be something I loved, and it does what it's setting out to do so well. It's definitely not a film for everyone, but it's very well executed.
Yeah. Well, if you don't mind, let's actually just start off. Let's just talk about Hobo with a Shotgun since that was the first one we watched.
And if you're successful, you'll make money selling junk to crackheads. And you won't think twice about killing someone's wife because you won't even know what's wrong in the first place. Maybe you'll end up like me, a hobo with a shotgun.
So yeah, like you said, it harkens back to 70s exploitation films, like hardcore, especially with the opening sequence with the different titles and even the font that they use in the film.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Then first thing that me and Tabitha noticed was just the vibrance and color. And then it's kind of cool how they use lighting in the film. They use a lot of colored lighting in certain scenes and then like to set like certain moods. So I thought that was really interesting that they used the different coloring and stuff.
Yeah, I like the color a lot of it. And it's just really, like it definitely, I don't know how, they might have shot it on film, I guess, if Technicolor colored it. I didn't even know you could still get Technicolor. That's kind of crazy.
That also might have just been a joke. I'm not entirely
know.
sure.
It could have been.
I don't see anything about it. I don't know. I'd have to look and see what it was shot on. But yeah, I mean, the color is really vibrant for a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it definitely has, I think in some parts, that kind of, you know, older aesthetic of like Technicolor movies where they have that bright, vibrant color.
Yeah, and I was looking it up. I guess Hobo with a Shotgun was based off of a fake trailer that they used for the Grindhouse film by Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah.
And then they were like, hey, why don't we actually make this into a full-length movie?
Well, that was the kind of whole attitude of exploitation films when they were writing them. You just come up with a grabbing title and a poster that will make people see. And so like they do that with a lot with trailers where they just make fake trailers, and if there's enough interest, well, I guess we'll figure out how we're gonna tell that story.
Yeah, and you know, I forgot that. So the star of the movie is Rutger Hauer, which he is. If you remember, he's the guy in Blade Runner. He plays the one android in Blade Runner. You know, with the scene with the rain and everything.
Oh,
at the end.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, that's the same actor. It's just he's just older.
interesting.
That's why I didn't realize that until I saw the credits, and I was like, "Oh, Rutger Hauer," because that's how I know him. I think that's the only really role I know him in. I mean, that's a really big famous role, but yeah, it's cool that later in his career he made this. He went from making Blade Runner to making Hobo with a Shotgun.
I
Well,
find that
I mean,
especially interesting because
a lot
the
of
opening
time
credits say like introducing Rutger Hauer, as if that's like his first major
Oh,
role.
it did say that? That's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of funny. So I believe that the film, they filmed it in Canada because there's all these Canadian actors, especially like most notably we were talking about the dude from Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah, Ricky.
He's got like a little small like cameo almost in this. So I thought that was funny. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure where they filmed it, but I know that it was made in Canada. And anyway, yeah, it's a big cult film now. Like everybody talks about it. I've heard stuff about it, but yeah, I just never watched it. So this was kind of cool. Yeah, there's just a lot of fun. Like Maddie said, the dialogue is just over the top, but really funny. There's really, really good quotable lines in the film. And yeah, it was written by the director. Well, it was written like it's based off of the director made the small, like we said, made that short film, but it's actually the whole dialogue was written by this guy named John Davies, which I think he did a great job at kind of harkening back to some of those old 70s, just old cult films, honestly. Just like the over-the-top production, acting, all of that is... I think that they did a really good job with this movie.
Yeah, it definitely has like those one-liners that like pack a punch where it's like, ooh, he said it.
Also, it's like, did he just say this? Like, there's a couple times I had to ask you guys, like, what did he just say that? Like, yep, he just said that. Like, my favorite line... Well, one of my favorite lines was when he goes to the cop, he takes the son to the police station, and then it's like, "Welcome to Fucktown," and then like both of the brothers come in. Yeah, I love how the characters are just so cartoony, especially the villain, the Duke,
The
Drake. Sorry, I was thinking the Duke. The Drake, he's crazy, like his suit. While we were watching it, I was telling these guys that he reminds me a lot of Dennis Hopper's character in Blue Velvet. is kind of over the top and just pure evil. But then he has these two sons that are they also wear like these black and white outfits,
almost like
with
varsity jackets
yeah,
with their
Yeah.
names.
with their names on it, and those guys are just interesting. You were talking about the one guy, yeah, just seems like the stereotypical jock.
And Ivan, the stereotypical jock dude, he's just kind of the punching bag of the family. During like family discussions, he's got to put his head down on the table because Slick's the actual son.
Yeah, he's kind of I guess his name is Nick Bateman, the guy that plays Ivan. I felt like he did just a really good job at just being a total. I mean, all of them are dicks, but he just seemed like particularly a dick because he's dumb.
Oh, such an
same
idiot.
Time. The other part that I thought was funny, I mean, I don't want to spoil too much, but I really liked that end part at the end where he's wearing skates. And then his brother's like, "You're going to ruin your skates."
Oh, I'm going to ruin everything.
He's like, "I ruined everything." And then I like the sunglasses are a nice touch that both of those guys wear.
Yeah, it's definitely like, yeah, I'm a cool guy. I'm a badass. You know,
Yeah.
when like someone wears sunglasses like that.
Oh.
Yeah, I wear sunglasses inside, bitch.
And they've got so much product in their hair. It's almost just like you could wring the product out of their hair.
Well, his hair kind of reminds me. Have you seen the movie Cry Baby?
I'm not, no.
It's a John Waters one from like the 90s, but it has what's his name? Johnny Depp in it.
Yeah.
But his hair's kind of similar. He has like that one like kind of thick strand in the front and then the rest of his hair is kind of like slicked.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I imagine this director likes John Waters.
I am almost positive he likes some John Waters films.
Oh yeah, I'd be surprised if he didn't.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I know that we were talking. Sorry, I just realized that I was talking. I knew it was filmed in Canada somewhere, but I just looked it up. Looks like it was filmed in Halifax, so
Okay.
Nova Scotia.
Oh, definitely
So-
Scumtown.
Yeah, definitely Scumtown. Have you been there?
No.
No hate to Halifax. We love you guys out there. If any of you guys are actually listening to the podcast, that would be a miracle. But yeah, so that's where it was filmed, which is kind of cool. Scumtown, though. I love how it was like the beginning of the film, it says Hopetown, but then it's like spray painted Scumtown. Yeah, what were some of your guys' favorite lines? I mean, those were like two of mine, like the cop and then him, the roller, not the skate, the ice skating blades. I thought those were some funny lines.
Those ones are good. I really liked when the cop and the sons are just beating the shit out of the homeless man and they throw him into the trash. And just a reminder, every day is garbage day for street trash like you.
That was a good one.
Yeah, I love how much they said street trash. It made me think of Aladdin every time, or street rat. You're a street rat.
Oh yeah, and yeah, I love how the director is like, "Hey, just overplay it, just like overact this like over the top as much as possible."
Everything's so comically like exaggerated in the film. All the performances, it's insane.
But it's not like, I don't know, I feel like it's not bad like other, B-movie horrors. It's just like it's good bad. Like they're good at acting, but they're doing it bad on purpose.
They know exactly what they're going for.
Yeah.
They're going for silly shit.
I thought the two characters, like the plague, I thought that was funny how they introduced the characters as a video game, and then you find out that they're real, and they're, I don't know, I just love the fact that they're in like that you don't know what they actually look like, and they're in like these night robots type suits, and then they just go out and they just kill whoever.
And it's also very implied that they're kind of like a force that's been around through the ages.
Yeah, like a supernatural,
Yeah,
But
supernatural,
it's kind of funny
demonic.
that like the supernatural, they're doing exactly what this like mafia dude.
Yeah.
This like, why would that? Anyway, it's just kind of funny that yes, we will follow whatever you say.
Like looking at their
But-
kill list, it's confirmed that they've killed Jesus himself.
Yeah.
But now they're
Funny.
now they're in the employment
Yeah.
of the Drake.
So if you guys, I know we were kind of went into some of the stuff on the movie, but the basic synopsis of the movie is there's this hobo that goes into this crazy town where there's a lot of like crazy stuff happening, laws being broken, and this hobo that we get introduced to, he just gets fed up with it, and he just finally goes crazy, and he buys a shotgun. Even though he's wanting to buy a mower for $50, he actually buys a shotgun, and he takes justice into his own hands. And actually, on the cover of the movie, it says delivering justice one shell at a time. And he just basically goes and he just starts killing all of these evil people in this city, and then he like forms like this bond with this lady named Abby, who makes a living as a prostitute, and they come up with this plan of like moving away and then starting their own lawn care service, which is cool.
They
And
have lawns elsewhere.
they have
I love that.
yeah, grass grows everywhere else.
Yeah.
It doesn't grow just here. Anyway, that's the basic synopsis of it. Is like they're wanting to have a better life, and he's just trying to take care of business.
Just take care of business.
And there is something sweet about how Rutger plays the character, and you really feel for this guy, especially at the beginning of the film. You know, he's just this down and out. You don't know what his background is. You don't know what his life has been like before, but all you know is he just wants to mow. He just wants to have a business.
He just wants to mow, and he's got a fondness for bears because he sees himself in those bears.
Oh, yeah, the whole thing is a bear. I love there's that scene where he gets the sweater from Abby, and it looks like it's hand-painted.
Yeah, the like hand-painted bear
hand-painted
on the
on.
front of it.
Also, this movie, like the other one that we're going to talk about, but there's a lot of blood, a lot of fake blood in both films. Also, there's like these scenes where someone's being cut into, and it takes forever. It's like they're like, just hold it, just make this last. Like they milk those bloody scenes as much as they can. Which is
Yeah, there were
fun.
definitely some where I was like, aren't they dead yet? Like, how are they still moving?
Well, some artists have spent hours on that prosthetic. They need to get their money's worth out of it.
They need to show as much as possible on screen.
And it's incredible.
Yeah, as a whole, I loved Hobo with a Shotgun. This is a fun watch. This is definitely a movie that you want to watch with a big group of people, because you can definitely laugh at some of the hilarious lines. But then it's also like, it's an interesting story, and how it's executed is cool. Like I said, the lighting is really interesting, and I like how they do that. And then the kill scenes, you know? So if you're a Tarantino fan, you're going to love this film.
And truly some like wonderfully inventive kills. All the work with the manhole covers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just that idea is
Actually, that
interesting.
one, okay, I will say this. It reminded me, what's that movie? It's like, it has Will Smith.
Oh,
and
Wild
it's-
Wild West.
Yeah, there's a scene.
They have the magnetic.
They have the magnetic things. They're like in a cornfield, and they have these big like things on their necks, and they have to run from these like magnetic like
Blades.
chain like.
So the
big
magnetic
blades.
force is making it spin, and it comes into you until it cuts your head off. Which it's kind of like a steampunk movie from the early 2000s.
Yeah, Wild Wild West
and
steampunk.
it's
That's
really bad.
My family ate that up though. They loved. You have no idea how many times I've seen that one. That and Transformers.
Hell yeah. No, that's a good pairing.
Maybe one of these days we'll get both of those.
Yeah, I don't know about. We don't have to do that.
So if you guys haven't watched Hobo with a Shotgun, go watch it. I love that you picked this for the podcast.
I'm
Yeah,
glad I could show it to you.
Yeah.
I don't know how my friend, because I heard about it in high school, and it came out when I was like a freshman or sophomore in high school. But my friends must have found it somehow, because I remember hearing about it when it came out, and it's been like infamous in my mind ever since. So
Yeah.
I'm glad we got to watch it.
Yeah, I don't know if we mentioned it, but 2011 is when it was released, which that's when I graduated high school.
Oh.
So if that's kind of dating me a little bit.
Yeah,
but,
Cole, you're so old. Wow.
But I think that's why I remember it so much. I mean, I think at the time, so it must have just gone straight to theater, right? Because I don't remember, like, I don't even know where.
Hey, it
you would have
premiered at
seen it.
Sundance,
Oh, did
Cole.
it? Oh, I guess
they got that going.
Hey.
Or, I mean, Sundance does, not the other way around.
Yeah. I mean, Magnet, can you tell us about that? I mean, because today we watched it on a Magnet release, which is basically a reissue DVD company, right?
Yeah, I honestly don't know much about Magnet other than whenever I pick up something,
It's always good.
it's always fun to watch. And I always make sure to watch the trailers for their other Magnet releases at the beginning because it gives me other things to be like, oh, Rubber, that looks like a fun tire movie. Let me go watch that.
Yeah, and then like with Rubber, like the whole soundtrack's made by the electronic artist, which I think is kind of cool that they got that electronic artist to do that. But do you guys have any other final thoughts on the movie before we move to the next one?
I don't think so.
No, just a wonderful film that I love.
I love it too. Again, I think it's really inventive, and it's like I'm kind of surprised that this movie hasn't been made. It just seems like it's like, oh, that's such a good idea, such an original idea, and it's kind of funny that it took until 2011 for a movie like this to be made. But I'm sure there's some crazy 70 films out there that are kind of similar.
Oh yeah.
Also, wait, I have to say this one other thing from the movie that I thought was funny, like. Also, super disturbing. This is a separate thing I just thought of, but in the film, one of the sons, he's told like you need to be feared, and so he goes onto a bus full of kids, and I don't know why I'm laughing about this because it's just so over the top, but basically he gets a flamethrower and he kills a bunch of kids on a bus.
And then they immediately cut to the news broadcast. The news broadcaster just keeps so many charred child bodies.
He loves that alliteration.
It's just so crazy. And then the two brothers come in, and the guy throws his blades at
his hockey
skates at the newscaster. That was crazy. But the other part was. What is his name? Duke? Is it or Drake?
Drake.
Which is funny because Drake, I think, is a name for a duck, and he kind of has that weird duck hairdo where it parts down the middle. I don't know if that's what that's in reference to, but basically he threatens everybody to like go out and kill all the hobos in town, and in return you can have all my women. And then he's like, but then also we'll kill all your children, like if you don't.
No, that's what Slick said.
Is that what?
Yeah, Slick was like,
that's right.
If you don't, I'm gonna kill all your kids.
Yeah, so it's just funny that like just some of how these evil characters think, kind of funny. It's just funny how they're written.
Just comically evil.
Comically evil.
When later when they're like, "Are you homeless?" Like.
Oh yeah, that's right.
When they're just asking people,
they
like,
talk to Abby,
and then all the homeless people have flannel shirts on.
Yeah,
so don't wear flannel in this world.
Yeah, that was a funny little.
Or just if someone asks if you're homeless, say no.
Nope, I got a place. Well, the funny thing is that they all look like all the people that are hunting the homeless. They look homeless. Like by the end of the film, it's kind of funny. Anyway, yeah, go watch Hobo with a Shotgun. Super fun watch. I loved it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to rewatch it at some point. I should get a copy of it too.
Yeah,
that's how good it was.
They're cheap to pick up.
Yeah, cool. I'll have to look it up. All right, let's move on. So the second movie that you brought in is Murder Party from 2007.
This is the party. We've been planning this for weeks.
The invitation said murder party. If some jackass is dumb enough to come here, then he deserves to die.
Look, I don't think we actually thought someone would be stupid enough to show up.
It's a white male. He's perfect.
Think beyond splattering blood on canvas. When our masterpiece is complete and the coroner's report is back in, it will read the cause of death. Art. Happy Halloween.
Everybody dies. Where are you? Everybody dies.
Yeah.
So, can you, tell us a little bit about this film before we go into it.
Very, very low budget. Definitely like lower budget than Hobo with a Shotgun. But it takes itself a bit more seriously, even though it's still got that kind of silliness to it. The vast majority of the movie takes place in this one little warehouse where our protagonist had been invited to a quote unquote murder party. I'm thinking it's just some goofy Halloween theme. He is unfortunate to discover this is actually a murder party, and he is the only guest.
Yeah. And throughout the course of the film, you find out that all these people, they take themselves so seriously as artists.
And, they're like these art school students that are struggling artists. None of them are really talented at anything, but they desperately want to gain attention. The only one who's actually got talent is just a background character for the vast majority of the film, Bill and his Warriors get up.
Yeah, and that's the funny thing is it like right when he gets to the party, it like there's this accidental death of someone that eats his bread that has raisins in it, and it's just funny that all of a sudden, like right off the bat, somebody dies. But then there's like this whole section of the film where they're waiting around till midnight because they're like, oh, it'd be perfect to wait till midnight to kill this guy. But it's kind of funny because it's all these art students that are trying to be cool and hip with this one guy. What's his name? The character Alexander that has all this grant money that he's like I'll give you this money, but you guys got to do something cool. But we gotta kill this guy, some stranger, and it's just kind of. I would say pathetic. Like a lot of like these art students are so pathetic.
Even like what kind of grants is he getting? Like, where's this coming from? Come on.
I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question. But yeah, throughout the film, you just realize like all these guys are kind of pathetic, and then it really does. It pokes fun at like the art world and like people that. Like say like what is art, what is not art, like like there's even I'm not going to spoil it, but at the end of the film there's a scene where they're in like an art installation place and then some like hoity-toity art people come in and they're like very provocative or like so like
still life as performance piece.
Interesting. Yeah, like they just kind of make fun of that whole art world and how pompous all those people are.
Yeah, if you've definitely hung out in any type of underground art scene, you will have met the villains of Murder Party, and you will be watching and go, oh, yeah.
I know a guy like that.
That's my buddy Tim. We all hate him.
Yeah, and some of the costumes are kind of funny, so we just talked about Rutger in the other movie about Blade Runner, but one of the girls in this movie, she's dressed up as one of the androids from Blade Runner. So there's a little bit of a connection between both of the films. Oh, I mean that and like all the blood and goriness.
That was very intentional, even though I've never seen Blade Runner and did not know either of those characters. So
you haven't seen Blade Runner? We need to watch that with you.
Yeah, that's a classic. Then we can watch 2049 with Ryan Gosling.
I don't know that either.
It's just it's like the newer version of Blade Runner.
The new
okay.
one.
It's like anyway. Yeah. But yeah, there's the Blade Runner connection, which I thought was funny. I felt like Murder Party, I don't know, in some ways there was like more blood. But I don't know. Both movies have a lot of blood, but anyway, thought that was kind of funny.
I think
at least the wounds in Murder Party felt more real, so you might kind of have
maybe
a more
that's
visceral
what,
reaction.
Yeah, whereas like Hobo with a shotgun, it's very funny. It's like comedic almost.
Yeah.
Like I was just thinking about like the scene in Hobo with a gun where they're in like their weird funhouse place, and the brother's like, "Hey, watch this," and he slams a hammer down on this guy's foot, and it just like doesn't even look like a foot. It just
shatters.
It just disintegrates.
Yeah, but whereas in Murder Party, it's like a little more realistic. Probably that's probably what I'm thinking. Also love that in Murder Party there's this chainsaw, but it's a corded chainsaw.
The most inconvenient chainsaw in the world.
And there's some like comedic bits in there where they are kind of making fun of the fact that it's a corded chainsaw.
Yeah. He keeps having to get like extension cords, or it'll just like pull out of the wall when he needs to use it.
Well, then it's like, why did he bring it? Like everyone else is like, he could have picked any other weapon. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to haul this big piece of ass around.
That's why it's funny.
So
it's used in that effect. But anyway, so throughout the course of like Murder Party, this sweet parking attendant dude, he gets tied up, and they're like talking about like how they're gonna kill him. And anyway, all these art students end up finding out that this guy that has this grant money doesn't actually have it.
Yeah, he's just some fry cook, and he's all using them. His main plan for the murder party is to murder all of them so he can sell their art when it supposedly becomes worth something after their deaths. And Alexander's just an idiot because it's like, it's probably not going to be worth anything, buddy.
Yeah,
Which even like, you know, he walks in, they're like, yeah, Alexander, he's so cool. And he walks in and he looks so lame. You know, like his
lame.
suit like does not fit well. His haircut ass.
He's wearing like a Party City vampire outfit.
Yeah,
and he gets offended by the more well put together vampire outfit, so he holds him to like gunpoint. He's like, take that off. You take that off, dude.
And basically, I think like once like they find out that he doesn't have the money, that's when all hell kind of breaks loose.
Yeah, yep. That's when everyone just immediately starts getting killed by everyone else. There's absolute carnage in this warehouse. Thankfully, our protagonist is able to get out of his chair and make a run for it.
But then you'll have to watch the rest of the film to see how it ends.
Yeah, I do love how often he escapes them when they're so aloof, like not even noticing, and then he's just like, oh, he's gone.
Oh, and how goofy the chase scenes are when he's looking around at the closet full of things, and you think it's gonna be this like little MacGyver montage of him finding an escape route, and then he just throws the junk at them.
But then he still manages to get away. Or like when there's that one scene where he's like running and he's in that party of people, and then he goes behind like this big sheet, but you can see him through the sheet because there's lighting behind the sheet.
And he's there for like ever. When he finally, anyway,
You just see him moving around.
Yeah, I thought that was really fun. There's also in this film, like I mentioned, like in Hobo with a Shotgun, there's a one kill scene that just feels like it takes forever. But yeah, I'm not gonna spoil that. But watch out for that when you watch this. We were able to watch both of these films on DVDs because Maddie brought them, but I'm not sure if you can stream them anywhere. But if you can, you should definitely watch them. I think out of both of the films, I have to say, I think I like Hobo with a Shotgun way more.
It's more fun.
It is more fun. I feel like it's definitely had a bigger budget.
Yeah.
But
I think you get more characterization as well. Like you can follow the characters more. You get to know them a lot more.
And there's just more happening. Murder Party definitely has some very slow moments in it.
That's true. Murder Party, there's a lot of like lead up, and then it's a lot of chasing.
There's that one. Yeah, there's that middle section kind of in Murder Party where it's like where they're like before they. Like where they're waiting around until midnight, basically, and they're just kind of talking. But I guess that is also where you kind of realize like how pathetic some of them are. Like when you just hear them talking nonchalantly about different things. I guess it's kind of funny. But yeah, on the DVD of Murder Party, it says that it's like Napoleon Dynamite meets the Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
which I feel is a very apt description of it.
I haven't seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but yeah, I think I can kind of get that. I think that's funny. Also, on the front of the cover, it says "Everybody dies." ...
Which is a line that keeps being brought up throughout the movie.
Yeah. On the DVD, it also says there's a quote: "Plenty of gory money shots, and terrifying and funny." So I think that's funny. And then also, I've never heard of this website, bloodydisgusting.com, says plenty of blood for the Gorehounds, a midnight movie classic in the making. So, Maddie, would you consider yourself a gorehound?
Yeah. I've watched a lot of Bloody Disgusting stuff. I don't even really know what they do, but their name's on a lot of movies I've liked recently.
Oh, that website is?
I think they're like a production company.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah, I would like to. I don't know. I wonder what New Yorkers think about
Oh yeah, because
Murder Party, because it's kind of poking fun at like this New York art scene and like art scenes in general. But I would like to know what New Yorkers think about this, especially ones involved in like art scenes.
Yeah, I'd like to know that too. That'd be kind of interesting. I did look it up while we were talking, and both films you can watch on Tubi for free with ads. So
That makes sense.
that makes it easy. You can just go watch both of them on there. But yeah, any final thoughts on Murder Party?
Not particularly.
Yeah, I mean, I just loved how ridiculous it was. Just every part. It's definitely got that like Napoleon Dynamite kind of. No, it's actually I think it's more ridiculous than Napoleon Dynamite in a way. Like they're dorky to the max.
They are the
Yeah.
dorkiest murderers you'll ever meet.
I do think it's funny that he leaves his costume on the whole time. Like he never takes it off.
It'd be
It's like
tough to
this-
rip through that duct tape.
That's
I know, but the
heavy-duty stuff.
helmet though would be so easy to take off. Anyway, it is funny. Yeah, that's kind of funny that because like the main character, he is kind of like Napoleon Dynamite almost.
He's got that look to
He's
him.
got that
Yeah,
John
he
Heater
does.
look, which is kind of funny. I guess the only other thing I would say, it doesn't even really, this part doesn't matter, but his cat is so creepy. Like, I know I was going off on that, but his cat, when it stares at him at the beginning of the film, I feel like that was the creepiest part, was his cat.
Cole,
It's got the
you're
eyes
just-
of the Goosebumps cat.
I don't
It
know.
was just like, like not even moving. It was like, had these big eyes.
You're
It was
just not a
creepy.
cat person, Cole.
Yeah, so when I see one, it terrifies
Yeah,
me.
that was just a cat look. Like, hell no, I'm not moving from your damn
No, but it
seat.
was
This is
like,
my seat.
but it was just like, it was like on the cat for a while. The cat's not even moving. It was effective, and I'm not sure if the director probably didn't think that. That's probably just me being me. But yeah, watch out for the cat, and let me know if you guys agree if the cat's creepy. I think it is.
Yeah.
But that's coming from a dog person. So
So everybody, you should just know it's coming from a dog person. But thanks, Maddie, for being on the podcast again.
Thank you for having me again. It's been a blast.
Well, you're always a fun hang, especially with movies. So, and I always have a great taste in horror movies specifically. Yeah, I know you're a big lover of those. So everyone, go out, check out these films. Let us know what you think. I know I mentioned this last time, but if you guys could just review the podcast, that would be awesome. Rate it, share it with your friends. Like just even if you just text a link to the podcast, that helps us get a lot more exposure. But thanks again, Maddie, and we will see you guys all next time.